Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to the Meditation Hub. I was chatting with a friend the other day, and the poor friend, oh my God, he's got a little 2-year-old, and the 2-year-old went walkabout, and for about 5 minutes, they completely lost their kid and a friend's kid. They went walking together, and it sounded hectically traumatic, but it reminded me of what my parents used to say to me when we were at a theme park or in a shopping centre. They'd say, if you get lost, stay where you are and we'll find you. Do you remember that? Do your parents ever say that to you? If you get lost, stay where you are, stay still, and we'll find you. And after talking to this friend the other day, what he realised is that his little daughter and the friend were running further away in the wrong direction, looking for mum and dad. But if they had stayed still, of course, in much quicker time than 5 or 6 minutes, or maybe it was even 10 in the end, they would have reconnected and the parents would have found them. So, many years ago, I was staying with some Indigenous friends in the north of Australia, and we were hunting for fish, and we went out spearfishing, jumped off the boat on this little island, and I had a wetsuit vest, snorkel, goggles, a hand spear, flippers, all the gear. And it's so funny to think back now that I jumped in the water and I was swimming around with my hand spear, chasing these fish, flapping about, no idea what I was doing. I'd see a fish and I'd swim towards it, and of course as soon as I started swimming, the fish would just dart off and run away. See a fish, swim towards it, fish would disappear. And I look over, and this Indigenous brother of mine, he was already bagging so many fish for the whole community, and he didn't have any gear. All he had was his Speedos, a spear gun, and just some little goggles. He wouldn't even swim around. He'd find a ledge or a rock, and he'd just hang off it with one hand and just wait and look and wait and look and wait and look. And it was as if the fish were coming to him, and then he'd just pop them and bag them. And he saw what I was doing, and him and the old uncle started laughing at me. Look at this idiot, what's he? I said, what are you guys laughing at? How come you're getting so many fish? And they said, come here. And he said to me, the first thing you have to do is be clear about what you want. What kind of fish? What do you want it for? Don't just take for the sake of it. Don't be out here just flapping about trying to hunt for fun. What do you want to fish for? And he said, then wait. He said, the fish, the spirit, the nature, here's your clear intention. Then you just wait. And if it's meant to be, it'll come to you. So I thought, this is interesting. So I thought, what do I want to fish for? And I said, I'd love to have a fish to feed this family that's taken me in. They're looking after me. They're having me at their house. I want to eat with them. I'd love to contribute. I said, if there's any fish out there that are okay with that and would be willing to, give up their life so we can eat and be healthy and happy, then with such honour would I take your life. And I waited. I stopped flapping about. I took my flippers off, took my snorkel out, just my goggles like he did. And I just waited at the edge of this channel where water was gushing past and fish were in the channel. And every now and again I'd see a big fish and think, is this the one? And it would kind of swim near me and it would dart off. Is this the one? No, obviously it's not. They're swimming away. They're darting off. Then at one point I saw this big sweet lip snapper swimming right towards me, and as I saw it, I can feel the goosebumps in my body now as I remember this moment. It was swimming towards me, and I felt my whole body tingle, as if I was getting a message from nature inside the framework of my own body saying, this is your fish. I looked at it, and it swam so close to me, and it literally swam up and parked side on in front of me. And I got my hand spear out and loaded it up and It was like time stood still. Everything else disappeared. As I fired the spear and the spear went through the perfect shot and the fish started to respond, it's like then time kicked back on and I grabbed the spear and I pinned it on the ground. And it was the biggest fish I've ever speared in my life, and I took it in, and old uncle and his brother were so happy, and they're like, see, now you understand. Now you understand. There's a connection going on here that's bigger than anything you often pay attention to. And it was great that we got to eat, but the way that story stayed with me has had ramifications and implications in my life far beyond that day. And it's so similar to this reminder that I got from my parents when I was young. You be still and we'll find you. So I think of the Spirit, God, Source, saying to me now, be still and we'll find you. Know what you want, but don't go running around like a headless chook. Don't go wasting energy flapping about after something you have no hope of catching. Be still and we'll find you. Set your intention clearly and the rest will take care of itself. So you, just like me, have goals, have intentions, have desires, have things you're hunting down in this life. What are you hunting down? What are you hunting down? The ability to serve more, a certain relationship, something you want to achieve or work towards, move towards in this life. What are you hunting? Don't do what I did and go flapping about aimlessly wasting your energy. Stop. Think about why you want it. Think about why. Feel into what it really means for you. And then this is why we meditate. To get still. To get still. To launch that intention as a perfect, beautiful, affirmative prayer. And then, my friend, wait. Wait until it's time to take the shot. And you'll know. You'll be questionless in that moment. When do I take the shot? You won't have a question. You'll be so present, so in the moment. The instruction will arise from within with such clarity. In the meditative traditions, we call this Kriya, spontaneous right action. Kriya. You'll know. This is why I meditate, to come back to stillness so that we can be found. Empty ourselves out so that we might be filled by the grace of life. That will give us instruction on how and when to act with purpose, efficiency, not wasting energy, and elegance. Be still and we'll find you.